Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a manga haul. This is a manga haul technically from Christmas. These books have just been sitting on my floor because I had to have surgery not long after and just couldn't film. So this is probably going to be split into a few parts just because I really don't feel like editing a 2 or 3 hour long video, so I'm doing these in little segments instead, which is probably going to be a lot better for my mental health. Let's be honest. The first series, I've looked at this series so much, wanting to buy it, but not wanting to spend the money on it, and because the volumes it's so hard to find some volumes of this, and that is Dean Angel. I was lucky enough to find 2 of these volumes for a couple dollars a piece. The rest of them are $5 from Half Price Books, and I haven't heard a lot about this series. It's an older series. I haven't watched the anime either. Does it actually have an anime? I am not sure now that I'm saying that. It has an older art style, and I usually find that I like the older manga and anime series better, even if the animation is whack. Just story-wise, I feel like I like them better. So I'm gonna try to get all of this series. I actually don't know how long this series is, but I have volumes 1 through 5 and volume 11. The second series that I bought a lot on this one, My Hero Academia. I actually went to 2 different Half Price Books. The first one had I think volumes 7, 10, 11, 12, and then 21 through 28, I think. And then I found the rest of these, volumes 29 through 34, at a different one. Regardless, they're all from Half Price Books. And I really hope I like this series, because I haven't started this, I haven't watched the anime, and to be completely honest with you guys, I do have intentions of watching the anime, but I have no intention of watching it until it's finished. The fact that it kind of makes me mad because Haiku is just getting split off into 2 movies and not getting the season 5 it deserves. And granted, I can't say that My Hero Academia doesn't deserve it. It probably does. But it's on season 7 right now. And it's I know Haiku is very popular in both Japan and in America. So can we please give it the love it deserves? And just Yoshimo no Pero, I think isn't that on season 6 or something? Didn't that have 6 seasons? I think, is it still ongoing actually? I don't know, this entire series I need to get to. But it's it feels like Haiku is getting cut. I'm a massive Haiku fan, if y'all couldn't tell. At that Half Price Books, I also picked up volumes 11, 13, and 14 of Owari no Seraph, or Seraph of the End. I have the first 5 volumes to it, but this is a slow collecting series for me. I've been collecting on this series for, I would say, about 5 years now. It's a big series, it's still ongoing, and I just have no intention of reading this series until I have collected everything, because I have read volume 1 and I really liked it, and I've watched the anime and I love it, and I want it to get another season. Probably never going to happen. Next I have Oharu X Machine Gun, and this is just volumes 3 and 4. I have volume 1. Volume 2 is impossible to get right now for me, and I actually don't know how long the series is. I don't think it's particularly long. At least not that I am aware. But this is a really good anime, and I absolutely love the art style to this. So I can't wait to get all the volumes so I can enjoy it in its entirety, because the anime leaves you on such a cliffhanger that it's where's our second season? When are we gonna get it? We're never gonna get it. I may have gotten a couple volumes of '07 Ghost at Half Price Books. I'm not really gonna flip through them to see. But I have here volumes 5, 8 through 14. 5 and 8 through 14. This is an anime that I've been meaning to watch for a long time, and I really do love the artwork. This is also, I just recently, and I didn't know this when I read it, I read Battle Rabbits, which is from the same creators as '07 Ghosts, and it was a really short series, like I said, 4 volumes, but I liked the twist at the end. Or I should say, I love and hated it. It was... It's not how I expected things to go. Let's put it that way, which is a good thing. And I have high hopes for this just because of what they did with that series and the plot of it. Next I have Volume 17 of Yu Yu Hakusho. This is my all-time favorite anime. It's, I would dare say, like 10 out of 10 masterpiece. And that's not going to be for everyone because I think art-wise it aged well. I think audio, it's kind of something you have to get used to. I recommend the dub, by the way. The dub is great. The sub, I actually could not sit through. My only complaint about the manga is that it's not, like I just talked about like liking older art styles and stuff like that, but some of these are just no. Anyways, yeah, I am not really collecting this so I can read it, even though I will read it. I just love the anime so much that I want to have the manga. And I am slowly making my way there. I think I am missing out on volumes 12 through 16 and volume 18. I think that's all I have left to get. There's only 19 volumes in this. Can't wait, love this so much. Highly recommend the anime. Next I have volumes 18 and 19 of Sir Vamp. This is another anime that I really enjoyed and I wish had a sequel. I have read some of the manga. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember what volume it was, but I started getting really confused. And I was like, maybe I should just collect all of the manga and wait to read it until after I've completely collected it, it's finished, and I can just read it all throughout. And then if I'm still confused, I'll just have to do like research, I guess. I don't know. So right now, the only volume I'm missing from volumes 1 through 19 is volume 14, which seems like the holy grail of volumes for Sir Vamp because I can't find it. It's sold out everywhere. It's sold out everywhere on sites that I trust. I'm sure it's like on eBay or somewhere else that I don't trust. I don't like ordering off eBay. Next up, I have volumes 1 through 6 of 10 Count. This is the entire series. I have actually recently read and enjoyed this series. I had no idea that this was about a germaphobe, so that was interesting. Not in a bad way. It was just something new, and I had to give it points for uniqueness. I love yaoi so much. I have so many yaoi series, and I honestly, I buy more standalone yaois than I should. I should just read those like from my library or something, like request them. That way I don't have to spend that much money on like a singular volume that 9 times out of 10 is not going to give me the satisfaction that I usually get from long-standing series. This satisfied me enough that I'm glad I picked up the volumes because I may reread it someday down the road. But on my tier list of yaoi, this is probably like a mid-tier. Like, it's not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. I just feel like I hardly connected with the characters on like the level I'm used to, and I also felt like the relationship developed in not really in a non-realistic way, but I felt like it was, I want to say unprofessional. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. I just felt like it was a bit unprofessional and everything should have been brought out into the open instead of just left to simmer. Next I read, or next in this haul, and that I read actually, is volumes 1 and 2 of Attack on Titan No Regrets. I was not aware that this was, isn't this by 2 separate people that are not the author of the main series? You can correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't know how canon these are. Like, because it says the artwork and the story are done by 2 different people, and it just says Attack on Titan created by, I'm not going to even try to say his name. So it doesn't really say he had any hand in, at least on the cover here, on the art or on the story of it. So I do wonder how loyal this is to the, what the creator had in mind. Also, a couple points of this. The anime, I've watched the anime adaptation for these 2, and it was fine, but the manga is 10 times better because the ODM scenes are just so good. I love them so much, and it makes me feel so salty that they didn't do the ODM gear scenes like they did, like in the anime, like they did in the manga. The manga just does them so much better. Also, I'm probably gonna get a little hate for this. I loved the character, like, we're talking art here. Background, the main series, I love that art for the backgrounds. It fits so well, it was so detailed, and I really, really liked it. The Titans, I was kind of 50-50 on those. I really didn't care because they were just creepy as is. Some were downright terrifying. The character designs in the main series are what I have a problem with. I just finished reading the entirety of Attack on Titan, and the character designs, sometimes I couldn't tell who a character was when they were a main character. Like Gene, for example, there were some frames where he didn't even look like him at all. He looked like some random person that had their face stretched in an unnatural proportions. And I couldn't stand it. And then you had some characters, like random side characters that didn't really matter, just in the background, and they were just nothing but lines. And it's like, they are standing close enough, they should be like semi-detailed. This series, but on the other hand, just, yeah, they had some like no-name characters that like had no faces. That is fine. It's not just a blur of lines. These characters also are a lot more detailed. You can tell in the main series that any character that wasn't the main character, and sometimes even the main character, were not detailed to the point where they should be. I'm probably going to get some hate for this, but I wish this artist had done all of the art for the characters, just the characters, in Attack on Titan. I can't help it. I'm probably going to get so much hate for that. I can't help it. That's just the way I feel. I flipped through these, and I'm going to go get back Attack on Titan. Okay, I have the omnibus version of Attack on Titan. Here's a random page. This is Eren and Annie fighting. This should be more detailed in my mind. Then you have this, people in the background. They're just a bunch of lines. Even up here, they're just a bunch of lines behind her. Like, no detail went into them at all. And then you see Eren here, and there's a lot that's just lines there. Like, he's not as detailed as he should be. And even this from him from the back is, I am very picky with art. And this was just rubbing me the wrong way. So you take that art versus this art. I simply cannot, like this right here too. If this was in the main series, all of these people on the horses, even the horses themselves, would just be lines to the point where you could tell what they are, but you would not be able to see detail at all. It's the crowd, they would just all be lines. So I can't help it. It may make people mad, but the artwork for the characters is just 10 times better in this side series that I'm not even sure is canon. Alright, well I spent way too long talking about that. It rubbed me the wrong way when I went from this art style that I gotten used to for 34 volumes to this, and just loving it so much more when the art wasn't the creator. And I'm pretty sure that the creator did the art for this. And if he didn't, you can let me know. But I just didn't like it. Like I said, the surrounding area, the buildings, the background, all of that was so well done. Wouldn't want anyone else to do it. Same with the Titans as well. The characters have to be done like this. Like, I would love the Attack on Titan manga to be revamped with this art style for the characters, and I would rebuy all the manga again. I gotta stop talking about Attack on Titan, or I'm going to lose my mind and probably make a lot more people angry. So, we are moving on to the last series that I'm going to talk about today, and that is Cheeky Brat. This is a shoujo manga series. I don't know if it has an anime. Probably doesn't. I think because this is new. But this is a shoujo manga about a basketball manager who is being wooed, I guess, by one of her underclassmen who plays on the basketball team. So I think that's like that all I know about it. That's the gist of it, I believe. But I bought volumes 1 through 8 mainly because they were on sale, because I didn't know really what the premise was. I still really don't know. I didn't know what the artwork looked like, which is usually a big thing for me. I need to know what the artwork looks like. But since they were on sale, like very cheaply on sale, I was like, I'm gonna pick all these up. So yeah, I bought 8 volumes of a manga series that I may not end up liking, but I think I will. My biggest issue is, though, I have not read many shoujo manga series that goes on for a long time. Usually they go on for anywhere between like 12 volumes, and I think I have one currently on my shelf, Missions of Love, that is, I think it's like 20 volumes long right now. It's still ongoing, I think. I have Skip Beat, which is the outlier there because I love Skip Beat so much. That's like 40 some volumes now. But this one I think is going to be the second longest one on my shelf, because I think this is pushing 28 volumes right now, or something close to that. It's pushing up there. It was a lot longer than I was expecting. I thought 8 volumes, I have most of the series. I don't even have half. This is probably going to be one of those series that I read and then I'll, like, if I enjoy it, I will most likely just buy the rest of it and then wait till I have everything to reread it. Well, that is all the manga I'm going to talk about today. I'm actually getting a little bit hot, and that's probably because my blood pressure started rising when I was talking about Attack on Titan. My fault entirely. I cannot express how irritated the art style made me. I gotta stop. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video, which is most likely going to be this manga haul part 2. And until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!